Joining us this afternoon is the head coach of the Livingston Lions, Coach Tucker Carter. Coach, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Excited to be here. Appreciate y'all having me on.
Yes, sir, absolutely. So, this is your first year at Livingston, being the head coach. You came over from White House as the offensive coordinator. So, tell us a little bit about your coaching background and how you ended up in Livingston.
Well, the last 4 years I worked for Kyle Westerberg at White House. We did some really good things, and this job came open, and here we are. So, been here since February. It's been fast and furious. Hasn't slowed down a bit, and we're getting excited because it's right around the corner. So.
Yeah, and it's heating up, and that's how it's getting closer to football season. Now, I know the coaching convention was this past week. Did you go to San Antonio to the coaching convention?
Yes, sir. There was about 15 of our coaches, male and female side, that got to go down there and network and learn a lot. So it was a great experience. The association, I'm a big fan of. They do a lot for us, and we wanted to be well represented in Livingston ISD down in San Antonio.
So there are a lot of changes, obviously, when you come into a new program. And Livingston had a rough year last year, going 0-10, but that JV team went 8-2 last year. So I know you've kind of gotten in here, and football practices haven't gotten fully going yet. But kind of, what are your thoughts on? I know how the team did last year, but what are your goals as you come in here as a new head coach?
Well, early on, coming in February, your goal is to win the kids and evaluate things and try to create a culture of excitement and get kids excited to come back out for football that haven't been involved, or, like you said, for those JV kids, build on some success. So getting to know the kids, administration, the community, and really getting the kids to buy into a little bit of a new energy. So that's been a focus. And we've got some good kids, and they've really bought into what we're trying to do here. A lot of new coaches. We've got a new high school principal. We've got a new superintendent. So a lot of changes around the district, and there's just a level of excitement that you can tell is kind of fluctuating around the town right now. So.
Well, and not only that, you got a new football stadium that is in process of being built that should be ready by the 2026 season. So with all that excitement and the energy coming in, is it almost easier to have kind of a fresh start here? Kind of like you said, new principal, new coaching staff, new everything. And if I understand correctly, changing the offense as well. I believe they were running a wing tee before, now transitioning to the spread. So how good does it feel to have kind of that fresh start and kind of create your own culture now at Livingston?
It's been exciting, and it's a day by day process. And the kids have really bought into it's not going to be easy if we want to get to where we get to. So putting the hard work in, hold each other accountable, and we're really buying into raising the standard. It's a lot easier, like you said, right now, to point at that home site under construction and say, guys, look what's coming. Like it's going to be a really exciting time to be a Lion. So we've preached that. The kids have bought in, and hopefully we can put a good product out there when it comes time.
And now I kind of mentioned that going from the wing tee to the spread, how difficult
Right.
is that going from, an offense, a wing tee where it's misdirection, running the ball all the time, now spreading the offense out and kind of throwing the ball all over the place? How hard do you think that's going to be to try and implement that in?
Well, we did some spring skills, and the thing that you look at with the kids is like, are they willing to do what you're trying to ask them to do, right? And that's the main thing. The kids have bought into spreading it out a little bit. With that being said, we are going to heavily focus on running the football. I believe in the high school game, you've got to run the ball to win and stop the run. So those are two things we've talked about quite a bit. We've got some good skill kids, so I'm excited to see them out on the perimeter, playing a little different game. But there's been some good things done in the past year. The wins and losses don't always say it the last couple of years, but the things you look at on the tape is, do the kids play hard? Are they coachable? And we think that they are. So we're optimistic about, not trying to fit a square peg in a round hole type of deal, but we're going to build it around the kids and what they can do. So we'll adapt and overcome, and we'll have our growing pains. But as long as we stay together, we feel confident we can put a good product out there.
And you mentioned Coach Westerberg over at White House and what you've learned from him. What are some things that you learned at White House that you're kind of taking over to Livingston to try and implement in this program?
Well, for sure, just going in there and changing things. Prior to us getting to White House, they'd had a lot of success, but it's different voices coming in, and it's all about, like I said, winning the kids over, making them believe. Belief has been a big talking point for us. Like, you got to know you can win and earn wins, and so Coach Westerberg is a great coach. They're doing a great job over there. And then, we full sell change scheme our second year there. So I've been kind of through that deal where the kids know one system on both sides of the ball and you transition to another, and year by year you add on to it and get better. So it's kind of what's going on here. It'll look different on both sides of the ball, but the main thing is the main thing, playing hard and playing together.
And last thing I want to ask you before I let you get out of here, I went to school with Coach Alford, Jacob Alford. So,
Yeah.
how has he been kind of coming over from Lindell? Now joining the Livingston coaching staff. How has it been with him, and is he staying in line down there?
He is. He's an incredible coach. He was kind of like my first overall draft pick when I got the job. So I'm excited he's here. You can tell. I mean, everybody in East Texas knows the product Lindell puts out week to week as far as having a great culture, being disciplined, and being good up front, being able to run the football. And so him coming over with having a lot of success over there, being our offensive coordinator, our line kids are fired up and excited, and everyone wants to say spread. We're going to throw it all over the yard, but we're going to run the football, and that's going to be a big focus. And I know he's probably really going to enjoy hearing me say that in this interview. So
That's what I was about to say. I know he is smiling ear from ear if he's hearing that, because if there's anything to know about Alford, he likes to run the football. But
No
also,
doubt.
also it's going to be a big help to the powerlifting too. Coach Alford was the powerlifting coach at Lindell, took multiple kids to state there, so helping out the powerlifting there too. Well, Coach, I'm excited. I appreciate you taking the time and talking to us today, and I'm excited to see what Livingston can do this year, and hopefully we'll talk to you down the road.
I appreciate it. Come on out to Lion Stadium.
I got you. I'll be there, Coach. Hey, thank you so much.